Virginia might be for lovers, but Kansas is home to America's heartland. Prairies, flatlands, and racing, ARCA style. Judging by how things ended in Alabama, hearts will be broken, while others will be ready to leave theirs on the line. This is ARCA and Kansas Speedway.
Welcome to the Sunflower State, where we are getting set to go ARCA Series racing right here at Kansas Speedway. This is the Dutch Boy 150. Now, before we look ahead, we must look back to 1 week ago at Talladega Superspeedway. It's a lot of action starting right there. Greg Van Alst gets into the 18 of Ty Gibbs early. And a fiery crash by Derek Lancaster. We'll have an update on him coming up later in the show.
And this is the pass for the win. That's Corey Heim on the inside. Now he switches to the middle of the racetrack. Uses his teammate, Drew Dollar, to get to victory lane.
Winning for the second time this season, Corey Heim. I think we're going to be talking a lot about him today as well. Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Little, joined once again by Phil Parsons. And today we have a special guest once again, Matt Crafton. He's a three-time Truck Series champion. And Matt, you're the perfect guy to join us today. You've won at this racetrack 3 times, including last year. So what are you watching for?
I'm always looking for something to be versatile. That's going to be able to run the bottom at the beginning of a run, and you're going to be able to run in the middle of the racetrack. You're going to be able to run the top. So anytime I ever want my Menards Toyota Tundra to be good, I want it to start at the bottom and be able to move to the top as the run goes. Because at the end of the race, or at the end of runs, you're going to be up against the fence.
All right, so Phil, who are you watching? We just saw some of the standouts so far this season, but who are you watching in today's race?
Well, there are a couple teenagers that not only am I watching them today, but their start to their career has really rivaled anybody that's ever been in the ARCA Series. Take a look at this. Corey Heim with 19 career starts. His average finish is 4.9. That is the best of anybody in the modern era. Ty Gibbs also on that list. Look at the drivers that he's with. Chandler Smith, he's won 9 times in the ARCA Series. Chase Briscoe, our 2016 champion, as well as Christian Eckes, another champion. Those two young men start to their careers rival anybody that's ever on the ARCA Menards Series.
Well, that's what this series is all about. I love talking about it. We have these young drivers where they're building their name and what they're capable of. Corey Heim, Ty Gibbs, these are just a couple of the names I see. We're learning about them now. We're going to be seeing them moving up the ladder in no time.
Ty Gibbs goes to Daytona on the road course, first ever Xfinity start, and wins.
Yes, and Corey Heim, he's going to make his first Truck Series start next week because of everything that he's done here so far. Let's take a look back. The last time we were here at Kansas Speedway, of course, this series races here twice a year, but it was all about Brett Holmes in the 23. Dominated this race under the lights, Phil.
Been so close so many times to get that first career win. That was finally the one to get it done, and he did it at Kansas.
And he went on to win the championship. Well, he wants to get it done once again. He's standing by with Kate Osborne.
Taking it back to 2020, Brett Holmes dominated Kansas for the most part. He was first in both practices when we went there. He got a first in the first race, a second in the second race, and it was a championship race as well. What is the secret to Kansas Speedway for you?
I don't know. We've got something figured out, but Kansas has been a strong racetrack for us, and you know, finishing first and second last year, and I feel like we've improved on our car a little bit. We've had to adjust on it a little bit today, and I've got time to do that through the race. So I think we're going to be all right, and hopefully we'll have another win. That's what I'm hoping for, and running the truck race today too. So we'll have another shot at it.
Some of those pre-race rituals you've had in the past has been Cabela's and going to a casino. How have you worked those out here today?
Yeah, I mean, one of them's been pretty constant, and I've lost every time. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's definitely not made me happy. But I keep going back for some reason. But yeah, it's like I said, I love coming to this area. I like coming to this track, and we've got a great team, great car behind us, and great setup for this place. So I'm looking forward to the race.
All right, wishing you the best of luck out there. This will be Brett Holmes' 6th start here at Kansas.
Well, no luck in the casino. He's hoping he has a little bit of luck here at Kansas. Well, we mentioned last week, Derek Lancaster's scary crash right here, hard into the outside wall, and then engulfed in flames. Well, we do have an update on him. His wife, Beth Lancaster, has been keeping us abreast of everything that is happening, and they are watching us as we speak. And Beth told us he is in recovery in the hospital. He's in stable condition right now. Here it is right here. We want you guys to know that we are thinking of you. So is everybody in the ARCA Menards garage. Special decals for you and all the race cars. We're thinking about you, Derek. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway for the Dutch Boy 150 right here on FS1. Well, earlier today, drivers had a chance to practice for 1 hour. Their fastest lap set the field for today's race, and in the end, it was all about the number 18-year-old Ty Gibbs, and he's getting used to this starting from the front row thing. And after 3 races into the 2021 ARCA Menards Series, this is how the points look, Phil.
Yeah, Corey Heim with that tremendous start. Drew Dollar, Kyle Sieg, also all 3 with top 10 finishes in the 3 races. Ty Gibbs had some issues at Talladega. He finds himself in 4th, 31 points behind. But talking about Corey Heim, you sat down with him a little while ago. Let's see what he had to say.
At Daytona. That's 2 for 2 on super speedway races.
Talladega, baby!
He just drove the wheels off that thing.
Obviously, it is all about winning. It's really about results, and that's what got you to this point. But talk a little bit about the Toyota development program.
Yeah, I think they've all around just made me a better driver. Just to be able to come into this gym on a weekly basis and just get me into top-tier shape and be able to go to the simulator and practice whenever I want, pretty much, as long as it fits into the schedule. And, just prepare for any race that they, might give me. I think it really prepares me for each opportunity that they give me throughout the year and makes me a better driver.
So the development program does work because you earned your way. So tell me about what we can expect from you.
Yeah, Toyota does a great job at just coming together and basically doing everything they need to do to make me a better driver, and the whole, Toyota development program in general. I think, working with them for the 2nd year now is going to make me an even better driver going forward, and I expect to have a lot of success with them.
You're not just going for race wins. You're looking at the championship in the ARCA Menards Series. Tell me about your thoughts heading in.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of confidence in my Venarini Motorsports team. Of course, Toyota, like I said, working with them again, making me a better driver, and just there's a lot of smart people walking around in that Venarini Motorsports building. And going into each and every race, I think we have a shot to win, and I'm going to try to go out there and perform to the top of my equipment.
And also looking to the Truck Series. It sounds like you have an opportunity there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, hopefully we get a couple starts this year in the Truck Series. It's going to be definitely a big challenge for me. Never obviously made a Truck Series start until this year. Just getting that opportunity to move up and move to the ranks. I think hopefully in 2022 we get more of these opportunities, but first come I have to perform.
Many opportunities coming that young man's way. It's Reese's sweetest move of the race. Look at this 1 week ago at Talladega. It was all about Corey Heim. He won the race. He had the sweetest move. And Phil, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, vote for today's Reese's sweet move of the race on the ARCA Menards Series Twitter page at ARCA_racing. We'll be back to Kansas after this.
Good afternoon. I'm Andy Botney, Vice President of National Accounts for Dutch Boy Paints. I'm excited to welcome you to Kansas Speedway for today's Dutch Boy 150 ARCA Menards Series event live on Fox Sports 1. At Dutch Boy, we know paint and we know racing. Like you, we're race fans, and we couldn't be more proud to bring you the Dutch Boy 150. Thank you to all the fans joining us today, and those of you who continue to be loyal Dutch Boy and Menards customers. On behalf of Dutch Boy Paints, our employees, and every DIYer who counts on our brand for simple solutions, we invite you to sit back and enjoy the Dutch Boy 150 here on Fox Sports 1.
We have some great upcoming races in the ARCA Menards Series. Let's take a look at some that stand out. August 6th, you see that. Clean Harbors will be the title sponsor at Watkins Glen. And this morning, just announced, October 23rd, right here at Kansas Speedway for the ARCA Menards season finale, Reese's will be the title sponsor. So exciting to see everybody noticing what we're doing here.
And a great diverse schedule, too. A couple of road courses, a couple dirt tracks, some intermediate short tracks. What a great schedule here for the ARCA Menards Series.
A little bit of everything as these drivers are learning their way. Well, the drivers are strapped in and they are ready to go. Phil, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. Let's go trackside now to get the command to fire those engines.
Now, race fans, to give today's command to fire the engines, Vice President of Sales for Dutch Boy Paint, Andy Botany.
On behalf of Dutch Boy Paints and our retail partner Menards, let's get the Dutch Boy 150 underway. Drivers, start your engines.
When we come back to Kansas Speedway, we will wave that green flag. The 18, Ty Gibbs will lead them. Welcome back to the Dutch Boy 150 at Kansas on FS1. Cars are rolling. We'll take a look now at the Dutch Boy starting grid. And as we do that, let's just dial up our pole sitter.
Hey, Ty Gibbs, Phil Parsons, Jamie Little, Matt Crafton up in the box booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys?
Well, we're just going to sit here and enjoy you leading this field off from the pole. Great job by Mark and the boys to bring you a fast car. Good job by you to get it on the pole. What's it going to take to keep that car up front here, Ty?
Yeah, just going to take good restarts and getting out front and making sure you're hitting your marks. I can't thank my guys enough. Hopefully you guys have a great time watching it. You know, it's going to be a great day here in Kansas, and I'm really excited to take this thing on, and hopefully we can go win it.
All right, buddy. Have some fun. Thanks.
And today's Rookie Spotlight is brought to you by Bounty. And this week is a man who's finished in the top 10 in all 3 starts so far. He's the number 28, Kyle Sieg. One certainly to watch. And for more on him, let's go downstairs and check in once again with Kate Osborne.
And Jamie, would you believe that he started his racing career in late models only 2 years ago, and now he's sitting 3rd in points? I asked him what he attributes his early success to in his career, and he said hard work, specifically for his family's race team. He actually works on his own car every single day, and he learns from his big bro, Ryan Sieg, who races full-time in Xfinity. Now, we did get some breaking news today. He will be doing double duty at Dover, running both the ARCA East and the Xfinity race, making his debut in that, which does put him on track for his ultimate goal, running full-time with his brother in Xfinity.
Well, that'll be very special to see those brothers racing together. I know that is the goal. And you see the Bounty Rookie Challenge points right there. Corey Heim, I mean, that's a no-brainer right there. Unbelievable season for him.
Well, how about this rookie class, though, with Corey Heim and Kyle Sieg and Ty Gibbs, all rookies running for that rookie championship?
Well, Matt, half the field here are rookies at Kansas Speedway. Can you imagine being out there in the mix with them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you definitely got a lot of rookies, a lot of names. I'm sitting here studying the field, and I know they're going to put on an impressive show today, without a doubt.
Well, welcome to TV. You have to do your homework over here, Matt Crafton.
I know. It's like going back to school again.
See, Ty Gibbs looks like he's going to choose the outside as we take a look at our race analysis. 100 laps, 150 miles. You see our first race here was back in 2001. That was won by Jason Jarrett. And we will have a competition caution on or around lap number 50.
Let's listen to Corey Heim's radio here before we go green.
Do your magic, man. You love this place, and it suits your style. Have fun today, kid. Good luck to you, and be safe. Appreciate you being here, man. You're right. I love this place. Hopefully we can get another run today. Have a great year, like you mentioned so far. Trying to keep it rolling today. Thank you guys for your hard work. Let's go do it.
Good kid. I love that. The little, you know, the pep talk. This is yours, man. Go get it. This is your style of racing. Let's do it.
He was so good here last fall, too. Only 3 ARCA starts last year, and he goes to victory lane and won them, the finale here at Kansas.
Yeah, Corey Heim in the 20. Matt, he had only been here, or he had only raced 3 times last year, as Phil mentioned, but he was in a different car number each time, had different teams each time. But when he got the win here in the finale, it earned him this chance today.
Oh, it's impressive to watch what this kid has done. I mean, every time he's got in, he's contended for a win or he's won. So he will definitely be one of the ones to watch today for sure.
Corey Heim starting back in third, but it's Ty Gibbs. He showed some good speed. They got practice in today. No rain in the forecast for once, so they had an hour to see what they had, make some adjustments, and of course the fastest lap set the field for today's race. So Ty Gibbs chooses the outside line. Brett Holmes on the inside. Brett, of course, won this race a year ago. He told me he likes the heat. Heat is going to be good for this race car and their setup. Pace car is off. Green flag is in the air. We are racing at Kansas.
Nice job by Brett Holmes on the inside to stay right with our pole sitter Ty Gibbs. Now look at Corey Heim making it 3 wide.
Wasting no time at all. Drew Doll coming with them. Brett Holmes around. Lap number 1 at 23, and Brett Holmes gets drilled right there. Turn 4 backwards.
Scott Melton, the 69. Really nowhere to go. Brett Holmes turns sideways right in front of just about the entire field.
Scott Melton in the 69, just coming off the top 10 at Talladega, had a good run going there. And Brett Holmes, heartbreak right now. He's been so strong. His whole point this year is to come out here and prove that they are champions. They want to win more. And by the way, he has a Truck Series race to run tonight. Let's take a look back here. Turn 2, I think right when we started talking and picked up here, Phil.
Yeah, that's the exit of turn number 2. You see Corey Heim pull to the inside. Jack Wood, the 21, is going to pull to the outside. That puts Brett Holmes in the middle. He got a little bit loose, tried to correct it, almost saved it for a moment. Then again, Scott Melton came along with really nowhere to go and made significant contact.
Matt, what does the air do to your car or your truck there when you are in the middle?
The middle's the worst place to be, and then you have that wind blowing today. So he got in there and he got in trouble with just that being in the middle. It's terrible. You lose all the side force and you lose the down force of the vehicle as well, and it's tough without a doubt.
Riding on board with Kyle Sieg.
A couple cars got by on the outside. Greg Van Alst was one of them, but then he started sliding up the racetrack even higher. You see Scott Melton there. He tried to turn the car down to the inside. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do that in time. There's another view. You see him get a little bit loose there. Just loses all that downforce as Matt was talking about. You see Greg Van Alst go around the outside, as well as the 25 of Derek Griffith, but nowhere for Scott Melton to go.
What a save for Greg Van Alst, who just narrowly misses it. Well, we'll re-rack and we'll get this thing going. That was lap number 1. Plenty more action to come from Kansas. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. By Sioux Chief, America's manufacturer of plumbing, drainage, and support products. And by Richmond Water Heaters, the water heater experts, available at Menards. And welcome back to the ARCA Menards series. Lap number 1, big incident involving our reigning ARCA champion, Brett Holmes. You see him climb out of the car right there. He looks to be okay. And the 69 of Scott Melton involved as well, had nowhere to go. But let's take a look back and see what exactly led to this incident once again. Brett Holmes loses that air. He was middle of 3 wide, gets sideways. Scott Melton had nowhere to go.
A shot right in the door of Brett Holmes, and we saw Brett walking around. Just a testament to the safety of these ARCA Menards cars.
Scott Melton out of his race car. We mentioned great run last week at Talladega for him, but you mentioned it took Brett Holmes a little while to get out just because the way that the cars stopped on the racetrack, but he is walking and he will get checked in the infield care center. Let's take a look back where it all began, though. I believe turn 2. Matt, I'll bring you in here. What did you see leading to this?
Heim just got a really good run off of turn 2. I mean, the second lane, if you don't get a really good run and get yourself up off turn 2, he was just in just a bad spot right there, and Heim put him 3 wide, and there's nothing he did wrong there, but the middle is the worst place to be. And Oh, man, that's just the worst spot you ever want to get hit when you're spinning. You want to back in the fence, get out of the way, or just I had nowhere to go.
I can't imagine the shock, the feeling of shock when it happens to you on lap number 1 of a 100-lap race.
Yeah, Scott Melton had nowhere to go. I mean, I feel bad for him and Holmes as well, just because it's lap 1. I mean, didn't even make it back to the start-finish line and just wrong place, wrong time.
That's the first incident, a caution flag we've had for an incident in the last 184 laps here. Almost 2 full races we've gone without a caution flag for an incident, and it was on the first lap here.
It's a shame, and a lot of these teams, you know, they have 1, 2 race cars maybe, and they drive them around this country and compete in different ARCA Menards races, and, you know, you see them just get trashed like that. There's a lot of work to be done by their buddies. It's a lot of volunteers that work on these race cars.
Without a doubt. We've talked about Kyle Sieg and the great start he's had to the season. He's run the same race car in all 3 races, and the same race car again today at Kansas. 1 race car, all 4 races.
Let's get another look here. Start of the race, we're going into turn number 2 here.
Yeah, as Matt mentioned, you're really in no man's land when you're in the middle there, because you lose your downforce, and we saw Brett get a little bit sideways, then saved it, and then he just couldn't save it the second time around. A couple guys do a really nice job getting by on the outside, but as that happens, Brett is moving up the racetrack. Scott Melton had committed to the top. Unfortunately, Brett was there when he got there.
Yeah, you could see where Scott had turned it down the hill thinking he was going to go up, and it didn't go quite as quick as he thought it was. And the really good thing about this is both of them got out, because after that hit, I mean, I was a little nervous without a doubt.
Well, you saw in that replay there, Greg Van Alsen, the 35, just narrowly missing them on the outside, and as well as the 25 of Derek Griffith, who, by the way, is in Venturini Motorsports number 25 this week. We've seen Gracie Trotter in there our first 3 races, so he just barely got around him as well. Well, speaking of Venturini Motorsports, they have 3 cars in the field. Let's take a look at them. Here's our General Tire driver profile.
Certainly it's great to win. That's what we intend to do every week we go to the track. So winning at Talladega, you know, is always fun. But Monday it's back to work.
You're not going to see the tight, close racing that you saw at Talladega just because the form of racing is a little different. But I think what you'll see is you're going to see the good teams really dominate this race, because this is a pure speed intermediate race, and the top teams seem to excel.
It kind of seems like we have a lot of long runs here, and also just not having much fall off. You want to be able to consistently run fast laps all the time, and be able to move anywhere on the track as well. Be able to run from the bottom all the way to the top, because you never know what you're really going to need, and you need a car that's going to be able to be capable of doing that.
Obviously, you know, there's several other teams and cars that's run well there over the last few years as well. So I think as far as the racing, it'll heat up at Kansas and probably carry into the summer.
We've made some improvements to our mile-and-a-half stuff. I think that you're going to see a really good race, and I hope to see 3 Venturini cars up in the front racing for the win.
Fastest I've ever gone has been at Kansas, so it's definitely a special track to me, and I think we'll be good this weekend.
That is our General Tire driver profile. Certainly a powerhouse team with Venturini Motorsports.
Yeah, certainly led by Corey Heim. That's the 20 car right now. Let's see if we can catch up with Corey Heim. Hey, Corey Heim, Phil Parsons and Jamie and Matt up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Hey, I got you.
Great start to the season for you, Corey. What did you see there? You got a great run off for turn 2, made it 3 wide. Were you able to see anything what happened with that car? Hey, Corey, sorry. You had a great run coming off for turn 2, made it 3 wide with Brett Holmes in the middle. Did you see what happened to Brett there, or had he already gone by him?
I didn't really see what happened, to be honest. Just part of it, I think he had no air on his rear spoiler and kind of got around there. But, yeah, not too sure. I had a really good run, so I couldn't really go nowhere else with it except for the bottom there.
Yeah, obviously, we didn't run long enough in this race to know what you have, but how was your car in practice? You feel like you got something to contend for the win today?
Yeah, I think we were a little bit off in practice today, but overall we made a couple changes and my team's been working hard on it. So we got a pretty quick JBL camera today, and then we're always supposed to try to go back-to-back to Kansas.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Talk about a roller coaster ride right there. You're all jacked up, ready to go. Take the green flag, and boom, you are under a red flag condition after just about one lap of racing. We're taking a look at the safer barrier here. We just saw those two cars come to a stop there. And we want to note that today is actually the birth date of the safer barrier. Back in 2002, thanks to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, their developments, Tony George, everything that he did to contribute. Indianapolis Motor Speedway started it. As we've seen, every other racetrack has safer barriers, and only imagine all the drivers that it's saved.
And thank goodness for them.
Enter Clint's Fox Bet Super 6 Stage 2 contest for your chance to win $10,000 of Clint Boyer's money. Just download the app and pick 6 race outcomes about Stage 2 for your shot to win. It's free to play. Don't miss out and play now while there's still time left. Take money from Clint Boyer before he gives it all to that casino over there, Phil.
I love that he gives money away every week. I just love that.
He gave away an RV last week.
He did. I saw that.
Well, the 69 of Scott Melton has been checked and released. Here's Kate.
Yeah, he had a lot of good momentum coming here to Kansas with the 10th at Talladega, qualified 10th here today, and then we get to lap 1. Scott, what happened from your point of view?
They were wrecking. I tried to move up. I think somebody doored me, and first of all, I think Brett's okay. Thank God Brett's okay. I doored him and hit him really hard and ruined a really good race car, and Kimmels did a great job. We unloaded good. We had a really good car, set to have a really good day, and
Turned out to be not a very good day whatsoever.
Turned out to be not so good.
You talk about Brett being okay. How are you feeling?
Great. I'm 100%.
Okay, well, we plan to see him at Charlotte here after he rests up from Kansas. Jamie?
Well, thanks, Kate. Good to see that Scott was okay. And yes, he said a great race car. We talked about how good he was last week. He finished 9th here at Kansas last October. So long day over too soon. And we have fired them back up. Look at what a mess on the racetrack. They've been working on that. We were under red flag condition. It is stained, I'm being told. That's a stain, but everything is good to go.
Yep.
Cars are fired again. Ty Gibbs in the 18 continues to lead him, and Corey Heim.
Yeah, track crews do such a great job. They really do, and they're really underappreciated by a lot of people, but it's amazing how quickly they can get the racing service back into racing condition.
We've been seeing that a lot, unfortunately, with the weather. You know, last week at Talladega, they had that track dried and ready to go in record time.
We had zero chance of getting that ARCA race in last week.
90% chance for rain. We weren't even a minute late.
Exactly.
Matt Crafton, three-time champion in the Truck Series. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have been with Menards for your entire career, correct?
I think I missed a couple years. I mean, they've been a great supporter of me and ThorSport and everybody there. I couldn't be doing it without them as long as I've been doing it. And so hope to keep doing it a lot longer. And just going back to, I was looking down here at the flags. Look at how hard the flags are blowing across this racetrack, getting in turn 3. That did not help Holmes at all getting there. How loose he was.
That's a really good point. There's a giant American flag between 1 and 2. We always keep an eye on it because the winds here get huge. I think they said gusts up to 35 miles per hour today, so that's something to really keep in mind today and, of course, tonight for the truck race.
Yeah, our cameramen up here on the roof have to be strapped in because they obviously feel the full brunt of that.
Well, we appreciate all that they are doing, literally looking at our cameramen strapped in. So you guys be safe up there. Thank you for all the great shots. A lot of campers in the infield today.
Love that. Saw him last week at Talladega and love to see him here.
We are ready. It is an absolutely beautiful day, about 80 degrees. I think track temp was about 101.
That'll
Hot
probably
and
go
slick.
up. That'll go up a little bit too as the day wears on.
The boys are ready to watch this restart. Toyota Camry has pulled down. Ty Gibbs choosing the outside once again. Green flag is in the air.
Great jump by Corey Heim. look at Ty Gibbs stay right down beside him. Try to take a little downforce off Corey Heim's car. They're dead even off of 2.
Drew Dollar right behind them in the 15 has a bad car right now. You just see how fast he was on the initial start, then the restart.
Corey Heim got a little bit loose. He had to chase that car up the hill, opened up the bottom for his teammate, Drew Dollar. And how about Greg Van Alst in that 35 car?
Again, that win getting in turn 3.
That's a really good observation there, keeping that in mind. Greg Van Alst, you mentioned him in the 35. He was a late add for this race. They're planning on 7 to 10 races this season, but Greg was in a huge wreck last week, so good to see him back. 2 got into the wall. That's Nick Sanchez coming off his best career finish last week of 3rd at Talladega. Slowed him up a bit. I don't know if this is going to be... I don't know, Phil, doesn't look terrible from that angle.
Let's take a look here. These are composite bodies on these ARCA Menards cars, and they really are resilient, and they have memory. So if he bounces off the wall, I think he's already got into the wall right here. The bodywork actually just pops back out to where it started, so you don't get to tire rub as many tire rubs as you do on the metal body cars like the Cup cars. There he is right there. He got a little bit loose, it looked like, and maybe just caught the right rear corner on the outside wall.
Right rear.
Just a little kiss.
A little kiss, as we call it. Looks pretty good, but those composite bodies you speak of, we see that in the Xfinity series as well. So these guys can clobber the wall, and they just keep ticking. Like you said, I think he just lost some momentum, but it looks like no tire rubs at this point.
Yeah, lost a couple positions, but back up to speed now.
Let's go back to the infield care center. Here's Kate.
Yeah, Brett Holmes out here at the care center, and he was walking in with a little bit of lip. You see him talking with his dad, Stacy. First, what's the update from the care center?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm fine. It just kind of what happens. You get stuck on the middle 3 wide, and just you got no air on the side of your car, and you just get sucked around real quick. And I hate it. My guys, you know, we put so much into this. We're really invested in this, and just for it to end on lap 1, knowing we had a shot to win the race, we were a top 2, top 3 car here, and you know, it's I hate it, but you know, wrecks happen, I guess, and it's just tough to swallow.
Yeah, no doubt about that. When you got spun around and you got hit in the door, what exactly was going on in your mind? What exactly was going on in your mind?
You know, anytime you spin and you see oncoming traffic like that, you just hope nobody hits you in the door, and that's what happened. So, you know, it was scary for a second, but like I said, I'm okay, and it hurt the car real bad, and that's what I hate more than anything. But we'll rebound from it and be right back where we started.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Rest up. He did say that he's still planning on running trucks here tonight.
Thank you, Kate. Yes, a scary moment indeed. Now he needs to get his head straight. He's got to get ready for tonight. He'll be racing for Brett Holmes Racing as well. And we had a pass there. Drew Dollar got around his teammate Corey Heim. That 15 is fast, Phil. He's just waiting for his time to pounce.
It is, and that's a great battle for the 4th spot. We've seen these guys swap that spot 2 or 3 times in the last 5 laps. That's the 25 of Derek Griffith and the 21 of Jack Wood. Great battles on this racetrack.
Wow, he's about 2.5 tenths faster right now, Dollar is, than Gibbs. Might have something for him here in just a little bit.
Derek Griffith in the 25 told me that this 2-race deal at Venturini Motorsports literally came together 3 days before the Daytona test when we saw him and met with them down in Daytona, Phil. And so he's making the most of this opportunity. He really hopes that this leads to others. So it is an audition for him today. No pressure.
Good shot of Jack Wood, driver for GMS, their driver development program. Jack came from the West Coast. Going to run the full ARCA Menards schedule with GMS.
Well, it appears that the 20 of Corey Heim, his radio's been busy today. Let's listen to what they're talking about.
Channel 2, just tell them to maintain focus here, Lloyd. Just stay focused right here. Got a loud day ahead of you here. Just stay focused. You'll be okay, buddy.
So that was interesting. You heard him there. I believe that was Shannon Rush, his crew chief, saying Channel 2, telling the spotter to tell the driver, calm down, we'll get the car fixed, but he's not happy right now.
Yeah, well, he'll have an opportunity at the very least at lap 50 to the competition caution. But again, anytime the caution comes out, these guys can make pit stops and change tires and make adjustments. So I'm sure right now that they're probably looking for a caution. They'd love to get a quick caution, maybe make some changes and see if they can help that car prior to that competition caution at lap 50.
Matt, how frustrating is it when you got your spotter or your crew chief saying stay calm when your car is not the way you want it to be?
Oh, you're usually melting down pretty good. But I'm sitting here looking at his lap times. He's not that far off. Yes, the first two are in a league of their own right now, but he's still running third place speeds on the racetrack. So he's got to stay calm. And he's young and got a lot of energy. And I know these guys will tune it up here in just a little bit for him.
Matt can get fiery on the radio. I've heard you maybe a time or two, maybe.
You don't think Matt and Junior Joyner ever go at it on the radio, do you?
If you want to listen to some good entertainment, cue their radios tonight. Well, here's the 46th of Thad Moffitt. Such a great personality in this series. Seems like he's always got a top 5 car, top 5 effort, running 7th right now. He's got a new spotter, by the way. Kevin Hamlin on the roof for him, started last week.
Yeah, Pat had his career best finish at Phoenix a few weeks ago when he finished 3rd. Had a good, solid top 6 run at Talladega last week. And again, headed for another top 10, it looks like.
Thad, at the old age of 21 years old, said he feels like he's one of the veterans in the ARCA Menards series, and he really sees himself as that go-to guy that these kids can come and talk to, and they do lean on Thad. He's been in the series for a few years now as he drops to the inside. Greg Van Alst. Greg Van Alst, one of those drivers that actually called Thad to talk about this racetrack.
Yeah, and Greg's about twice Thad's age.
Yep.
But it is, when you're on the racetrack, age doesn't matter. It's experience and how you handle that race car. And Thad really has done a nice job, really has gotten better and better and better as the years have gone on. He's always run a limited schedule, looking to try to run a full schedule this year. I know they have funding. He told us in Daytona that at least they were going to run the first half of the year and see if they could put stuff together to complete the year.
That is the intention, and they are side by side. This is the battle for 6th. Greg Van Alst. Oh, side by side.
Yeah, Greg has found out what Aero does to Thad over there. He is definitely sitting on his door and making it a handful of making that pass.
Sanchez joins that battle as well. Remember, he made a slight contact with the outside wall coming off turn 2. Going to make the pass on Van Alst for the 7th spot.
Kate?
Yes, Thad was in practice. He actually was working through being free on entry and tight on exit. Now, as we are now starting, he says his crew chief is saying he's really good at entry, as he was right before that wreck. That is what Thad is working on here as he's running around Kansas. Now, he did also mention about that family, as you guys were talking about. He said that it's very loud being part of the Petty family. He says everywhere they go, they just think they're whispering, but in fact, because they've spent their lives at racetracks, they're actually quite a loud family. And that was kind of a funny joke that he and his peepaw, Richard Petty, share between one another.
And Peepaw's having a watch party at home, watching his grandson race here today at Kansas. Ty Gibbs continues to lead. More from Kansas after this. Welcome back to the Dutch Boy 150 at Kansas, right here on FS1. Lap 27 of 100. You see Nick Sanchez of the 2. He got into the wall earlier, seemed to be okay, but he comes in with a left rear flat. We want to hear from you. It's all about the Reese's Sweep Move of the race starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Vote for today's Reese's Sweep Move of the race. Go to the ARCA Menards Series Twitter page. That's at ARCA_racing. And I think maybe we've already had 1 or 2, Phil?
My early favorite for that would be Greg Van Alst getting around the spinning Brett Holmes. That was a pretty sweet move.
That was. I love watching for the sweep moves, and we're sweep moving up here because we've got lots of races. Finally, we've got every kind up here. I love it. That's the tire, the General tire that just came off of the 2 of Nick Sanchez.
Certainly unrelated. When he got into the wall, that was with a right rear quarter, right. So no relation to the left rear going down. I'm sure he just ran over something on the racetrack. He was running 7th, had a pretty good run going. Fortunately, now he's going to find himself 2 laps down.
Nick Sanchez, that NASCAR driver diversity program paying off. He's full-time this year with Rev Racing. He's back on track. This is Tony Breidinger. Really nice run a week ago at Talladega, running 12th right now.
I was really impressed. Really did a nice job. Stayed out of trouble. Avoided all the carnage at Talladega. Brought home a solid finish. Right now running in the same position, 12th position for her.
It's the General Tire on board. You see that flag up upper right through turns 1 and 2. A lot of wind out there. She doesn't have any teammates out here today, but she has a few that are racing in the Truck Series tonight. So she told me she loves to she'll go watch somewhere, maybe the stands, and just kind of watch and listen, scan the drivers, and learn all she can. She really wants to be here full time and go for that Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, partner Tyler Young Motorsports. Tyler has 3 trucks that will be running later on in the Truck Series, so she has some good teammates to rely on.
Matt, do you remember back in the days when you were a rookie out here?
Oh, yeah. I remember being a rookie and trying to figure all these places out. And the Truck Series right now is, I can't imagine being some of the rookies and not getting practice. I mean, it's hard enough going in and getting that hour and a half, hour and 50-minute practice what we used to, and doing that practice now. There's a good thing that Toyota has such great simulators that all our rookies can go test on that stuff now.
Matt, this racetrack opened in 2001, and that was your first full season in the Truck Series. How much has this racetrack changed since that 2001 season?
A lot. They put more banking into it, and it made it somewhat progressive banking up top and the seams on the racetrack. This place, what I always really liked about it is it reminds me of Irwindale in California. Yeah. Just for the seams of the racetrack, and you can learn how to use those seams on the racetrack. If your car or if your truck isn't handling perfect, you can move around and start using the seams to your advantage.
The 18 of Ty Gibbs in a league of his own right now. You see the 15 of Drew Dollar behind him, slowly making up a little bit of ground.
Yeah, Drew was matching his lap times there for a good while, a little bit. Now Ty's just a little bit quicker. He was about a 10th and a half quicker that last lap. He's opened up about a 3.5-second lead right now on Drew Dollar. But they have driven away from Corey Heim. Corey Heim now finds himself over 8 seconds behind our leader, Ty Gibbs.
Drew Dollar's in a really good place. Different team this year, different crew chief. Let's hear his thoughts on the season.
One day when I was 14, I just started asking my dad if I could try it, and the only thing we knew was maybe I could get in a legend car someday. So 15 and a half years old, something like that, is when I finally got my first test drive in a legend car. And I was so excited to get in it, and then when I did get in the car, I realized it's going to be a lot harder than it looks. I enjoy the competition, and I enjoy working hard at something. It just made it more exciting for me.
So it hasn't been racing that long.
Yeah, really, a really quick learner, too, because he's really been very competitive at every level he's been to.
Let's get an update on Drew Dollar. Kate.
Yeah, Drew Dollar and actually the number 25 team of Derek Griffith, both of them were feeling very tight. Both crew chiefs actually said to turn on that left front fan. The big question is, Matt and Phil, what will that actually do for these cars out on track?
And that went off Phil. I mean, if you have fans, and that's one of the great things that sound like the ARCA cars get to have. And if you are tight or you are loose, you can start messing with the fans throughout the race and help the thing turn.
Now, for a driver who's running this series before, he understands that. But if you are one of these rookies that we keep talking about, you don't get practice. These are all things you're having to learn on the fly in the middle of a race.
Yeah, and that's something that even before the race, so the crew chief can sit you down and say, okay, if the car's doing this, I'm going to tell you to do this. I'm going to tell you to turn the right front fan on. I'm going to tell you to turn the right front fan off, whatever the case may be. So a lot of the preparation can be done before the race actually starts.
Yeah, and with the trucks and with the Menards ARCA cars is we have splitters. So at the beginning of a run, if you're ever on the splitter, you turn the fans off. You try to just let your front tires build air a little bit quicker to get them off the splitter a little quicker.
D.L. Wilson, we were showing there in the 12, got a little bit loose. Here's the onboard with Tony Breidinger. Just washed right up the track.
Yeah, got a little bit of loose and then used a little bit of the racetrack to catch it.
Some kisses down the side, but again, it doesn't look that bad considering the speeds that they're carrying and the way that he hit the wall.
Yeah, these composite bodies really do a nice job of maintaining their shape and allowing these teams not to have to go back and replace the whole right side of that car.
Toyota on board with Ty Gibbs. So he's made 3 Xfinity Series starts this year. Unbelievable. And you mentioned it earlier, Phil, what he did in his first start.
Incredible. Then he goes to Phoenix and finishes second. I mean, and then another top 5 in Martinsville. Really has done a nice job, and he's obviously doing a great job here today in this ARCA Menards car. But you know, this racetrack has really slowed down a little bit. His fastest lap of the race was a 31:34. He's running about a 33 flat right now, so he's lost about a second, 3/4 of a second, as these tires have got some laps on him here. But we're about 10 laps from that competition caution, so these guys will have an opportunity to come down pit road, make some adjustments, and put some tires on these cars.
Okay, what are they saying down there in the 18 pit box?
Well, Ty, of course, is getting comfortable on this racetrack, as we can see. But in talking to Mark McFarland, why is Ty so good? He said he actually never turns down a chance to learn. He'll ask as many questions as he can, and he doesn't actually have much of an ego. He might put that bad boy face on as he walks around the track, but genuinely, Ty really does all that he can. And regarding Ty, he said it's all about communication. He's been with this team for 3 to 5 years. He feels he's comfortable and confident in them, and that's what makes this a winning team.
And this team owned by Coy Gibbs, his dad, who used to race in the Truck Series, I believe some Xfinity Series races as well. I know he hides out. He doesn't want to be too involved with his son's racing career, and his dad is a quiet type. Ty is not.
But Ty he works really hard at his craft. He's either on the Toyota simulator, or he's got a simulator of sorts at home, so he's always working at it.
That simulator, I believe, is next to his bed. He literally sits on it, jumps in. He's obsessed with racing, and it's showing. I mean, he's doing an incredible job this season as he comes up on Greg Van Alst in 7th. He's about to lap the 7th place car right now.
He's already put Kyle Sieg, our 8th place car, a lap down.
He goes to the inside of Greg Van Alst. No fight there. He'll put him a lap down.
Thad Moffitt has a little bit of a cushion right now, as we're about 8 laps away from our projected time for the competition caution. So he should be able to stay on the lead lap as far as Thad Moffitt is concerned. And so Greg Van Alst would be in a good spot to probably get the free pass.
Watch here. Nice drop to the inside. Side by side with Van Alst. Look at that picture. Perfect. But then
got a slow car. Sees up in front of him. Greg Van Alst is going to say, okay, I'm going to box you in behind that slow car. Maybe avoid going a lap down here.
So he'll hang on to that position. Now there's a whole gaggle of them out there.
So you're not going to block me behind all these guys.
Yeah, luckily there's no yellow line rule here.
Greg Van Alst not giving up. I love what this guy is all about. He has, I believe it's 4 kids at home. They're all involved in sports. He's got 3 boys playing baseball. His daughter's in a performance today. He drove with his buddies down here to Kansas to race, and here he is battling the future, probably, of the Cup Series in Ty Gibbs.
I know he told us at Daytona when we went with him, he started out his career when he was really young, a teenager, but figured out he's going to have to make some money. He's going to have to figure out how to make some money to support this habit he has, and he did that.
So let's stay on board here. We'll check what the view was like for Ty Gibbs as he was going through and working his way around the traffic.
He's going to follow Greg Van Alst. Now he's going to jump to the inside. He sees more slow cars on the inside. He's, well, there's no room on the outside. Let me just go down the inside here.
Matt, that looked like a video game there.
Exactly. Just jumping into his bed and jumping into his video game. Yeah, that was impressive. Just go where they're not. That's what I've been told.
That could be a sweetest move, right?
Issues for Tony Breidinger right here coming to pit road. Off the pace. Does she have a flat tire?
Looks like they're up.
Looks like they're up from this angle.
Well, now I think we have a couple of Reese's sweetest moves of the race. Remember, tomorrow morning, go to that ARCA Menards Twitter handle and vote for your favorite. Tony Breidinger, very well accomplished in the USAC ranks. Grew up a racer. Let's see what's going on with her car in just a moment. Meanwhile, the Chevrolet on board. Kyle Sieg. This kid has great hair. You see it, it's kind of tucked underneath his hat there, but he had a media availability this week, and he popped up on camera, and he's like a little rock star.
He's really doing a nice job without that many that many races and seasons under his belt. Really doing a nice job. I texted with his dad. I said, hey, you going to figure out a way for this young man to run all the races? And he said, we're working on it. So hopefully they can do that. Another solid top 10 run going for Kyle Sieg here.
Family-run business. You saw the 39 on his helmet. That's the number that his brother Ryan Sieg is in the Xfinity Series. And the brother's off this weekend, so I'm sure he's watching and rooting on his little brother.
And this is a great track for the Siegs, too. Ryan had 2 top 5 finishes in the Xfinity races here. 4 total top 10 finishes for Ryan Sieg. So Kyle's going to just carry on that Sieg name.
I'm sure Ryan had a few things, little pointers to give to his little brother. Lap 49, we should be seeing that competition caution coming out here momentarily. It's been all Ty Gibbs so far, but it hasn't come completely easy. They've had some lap cars. They've had...
They did say he was just starting to get comfortable. At the beginning of the race, I think maybe he was uncomfortable, and now he's getting used to it. They're in trouble, I think.
You know, this is Ty Gibbs' 31st start in ARCA, and he has more laps led and more wins than the rest of the field combined at this point on his 31st career start.
18 years old. What were you doing at 18?
I was wanting to drive a race car. I was still 2 years away from getting in a race car.
Things have certainly changed. Ty Gibbs.
How about Matt? When did you start racing, Matt?
I started racing when I was 15, like micros, mini sprints, stuff. I had raced go-karts at about 7, 8 years old. Got in my dad's late model when I was, go ahead.
This will be the competition caution.
As you hear it there, competition caution is out. It has been all Ty Gibbs. He has led 51 of 51 laps today. See if he can hang on to it. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by General Tires. Anywhere is possible. By Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's, not sorry. And by Hers. Hers Potato Chips. Break out the Hers. Mid-race pit stops. This is the modified live pit stop. So basically they could take 4 tires if they want and fuel, but they can't do them at the exact same time. So while they continue service on pit road, let's take a look at our mid-race recap. Brought to you by Richmond Water Heaters.
Initial start of the race, Brett Holmes gets caught in the middle, gets gored by the 69 of Scott Melton. Scott Melton with nowhere to go. Hard contact. Fortunately, both those drivers are okay. Look at the look at that impact right there.
Glad to see he walked away from that.
Both drivers fortunately able to walk away. We talked to both of them. Here's Ty Gibbs on the restart. Corey Heim gets a little bit loose on the bottom. Yeah, Ty Gibbs grabs the lead.
Yeah, he saved that one. That was the same thing. That wind getting into turn 3, it's ugly getting into turn 3, especially when you have somebody on your right side.
Nick Sanchez, who kissed the wall early in the race, gets a flat left rear tire, puts him down a lap or so.
Tire getting away there on pit road. Not what you want to see happen, and that's ours. We'll go retrieve. Let's get an update on pit road. Here's Kate.
Yeah, starting with the number 18 of Ty Gibbs. Mark McFarland said that he was a little bit tight, so we're going to free him up a little bit. Ty said just 1.5. Mark said we'll do a quick few changes, 4 tires, fuel, and of course not forgetting water and ice here. On the other hand, Drew Dollar, they're fixing that tight condition. He did say it got better once he did turn that fan on, and they did 4 tires and fuel. And then Corey Heim, it's a big swing for that team. The right front shock adjust, they're putting rubber in the left rear spring, track bar around, so 4 tires, fuel. That is what is happening over in the Venturini camp. JB?
All right, sounds good. A lot of work down there for Corey Heim. See if he will be happy with his race car when we come back and see what these guys have as it continues to heat up here at Kansas Speedway. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Dutch Boy Paint, available exclusively at Menards. They are getting ready to go 50 laps into 100, warming up those brand new tires. Everybody just came in, got some fuel, and tires. And look what else is happening. Plenty more racing action later tonight right here on FS1, the Truck Series Under the Lights. And you gentlemen are both doing double duty. Phil, what happened? You coming off the bench, jumping right in?
Well, I missed Caitlin and Todd, my race day compadres, but unfortunately had to be here to do this. But Joey's a little bit under the weather. Joey Logano was going to join Vince and Michael in the booth, and so they're going to bring in the right-hander from the bullpen. So it's going to be fun to join Michael and Vince and talk about Matt Crafton, who's starting 12th in the truck race tonight.
That's right, Matt. What do you think? You guys won here last year, so I would think you have good chances here. But the Super Speedway Challenge, General Tire sponsors this. I really like that they do this because you have drivers coming and going, and you can fill us in on exactly how it works.
Yeah, it's the speed. All the racetracks are above 1.25 miles. You see Billy Venturini. It goes to the owner, too. So you see Billy Venturini leads his dad, Bill Venturini, by 4 points in the Super. It's a season-long 7-race Super Speedway Challenge, and it'll carry on right to the end of the year when we run the finale here in Kansas.
Battle within a battle within the family there. I like it. 20, we've got an issue. Corey Heim. He's waiting to get caught up with the field, we're told. They made a lot of adjustments on that race car. So he's waiting for them to make it around. They go through turn 3 right now. He's sitting on the apron of turn 4, and then he'll get caught up. Ty Gibbs, it's been all Ty Gibbs for 56 laps led today. He's on the outside once again. Drew Dollar on the inside. Green flag is back out at Kansas Speedway.
Tough break for Corey Heim. He's actually going to restart behind the entire field. He must have taken longer on pit road than the ARCA officials allowed.
Because you could take your time on pit road, but it is a timed segment. You have to do all of your work and get it done. But you heard Kate Osborne saying all of the adjustments they had to make to this car.
Yeah, as long as if he can make it better, then he'll catch another caution more than likely and be able to catch up that gap. But good side-by-side battle. There's Derek Griffith, the 25 car, Thad Moffitt in the 46. These cars are on the lead lap racing for the 4th position. Greg Van Alst, that black number 35, got the free pass at the competition caution. He's back on the lead lap now, driving by Derek Griffith.
Well, whatever they did to the 46 of Moffitt's car, it was good. He's moving forward, moved up into the 4th position.
See Drew Dollar, Ty Gibbs snaking down the straightaway trying to break the draft, but Drew Dollar's going to follow him every inch of the way. We'll see what kind of adjustments Drew Dollar's guys were able to make to see if he can close up that gap a little bit on Ty Gibbs.
Interesting to watch Drew Dollar stay right in that slipstream behind the 18. The 18 knows what he's doing. He's trying to mess him up and slow him up, and it wasn't working there. Ty Gibbs at a half-second lead over the 15 of Drew Dollar. Jack Wood in the 21, the GMS driver. Back in 3rd now, he's made up some ground.
Yeah, Jack Wood really having a nice run here. Jack had a solid top 10 finish at the first race of the year in 9th.
Let's get an update on Corey Heim with Kate.
Yeah, crew chief Shannon Rush just said they told him that the stop sign was still up when he left the pit. Shannon said that's not true. That's not what happened. He did say he's back on that lead lap, so they're not necessarily refuting it yet, but that was the issue with Corey Heim.
Our scoring has Corey Heim right now being shown 1 lap down. See him driving around the 28. That is a battle for the free pass position with Kyle Sieg, but our scoring has Corey Heim 1 lap down.
I bet if you listen to his radio, he'd be a little bit aggravated, something like you guys are talking about, like I get on the radio sometimes.
Yeah. We're getting confirmation that, in fact, Corey Heim is a lap down, but right now in the free pass position should the caution come out.
Matt, I'll tell you, when you're a pit reporter and you guys get fired up, and some drivers are worse than others, you have to take it and make a quick synopsis of what you're angry about. Not taking it out of your words, but we have to clean it up, I guess is what you're saying, and it's not always easy.
Yeah, I feel for you guys without a doubt, especially if you listen to Junior and I.
Yes. Yeah. Battle for 8th right here. Kyle Sieg hasn't finished worse than 8th in the first 3 starts of the season. Looking for a little bit more sponsorship to be able to round out all 20 races in the ARCA Menards series this year.
See the two of Nick Sanchez. Nick's actually 2 laps down. Remember, he had that flat tire under green, cost him a couple laps, but still running in the 9th spot.
Derek Griffith right now all over Greg Van Alst. Derek was with a different team last year, worked out this deal to run with Venturini Motorsports, trying to make the most of it here.
Had a great run going at Daytona too. Got taken out in an incident, but I think in a battle for the lead, if I'm not mistaken. So certainly a good race car driver.
Kevin Reed, the crew chief on this team. They haven't been able to finish a race yet with them. They've just had some bad luck. 2 super speedway races in there, a crash early at Phoenix. Gracie Trotter was in. She'll be in later in the season. But Derek Griffith, this will be his 2nd and final scheduled race in that 25. Got a spin. Eric Caudell to see exactly what happened.
That's going to be a huge break for Corey Heim. Fortunately, not a lot of damage, it doesn't appear, to Caudell's car, but Corey Heim will get the free pass and get back on the lead lap, something he desperately needed, but certainly didn't want it at the expense of Eric Caudell.
Eric Caudell was 11th time of his incident. The 2nd time we've seen a car end up backwards up against that safer barrier.
Riding behind the 27 of Alex Clubb. Is he going to make a little... I think he just moved up the racetrack to avoid it, and then just got a little bit loose.
He gave it his all, fought it there for a while.
Just about caught it, much like we saw it with Brett Holmes. Brett Holmes caught the initial wiggle, but unfortunately, second one went around.
Let's listen to Eric Caudell's radio, see what he had to say.
Man, it was just too loose. I just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, you said it there. He just tried to avoid, go to the right, and got too loose, lost the air. The 20, talked about Corey Heim. He was in the free pass position. He now is on the lead lap.
That'll give us 7 cars on the lead lap.
Now I want to see if all those changes they made to this race car really do help.
Yeah, he almost needs a second caution flag, because he will have to restart at the end of the line because of being the free pass.
Some discussions going on pit road. The impact of the pandemic on youth sports has been significant, and while recovery has started in some communities, kids most in need are still on the sidelines. Visit goodsports.org to learn how you can help Fox Sports and Good Sports restore play for at-risk youth and the programs that serve them through donations of brand new sports equipment. That is so important, what kids are dealing with and have been dealing with for the last year. You got to get them outside, and it's so awesome to see these race fans sitting in the sun, taking in a little bit of racing action. A doubleheader today. We'll be back to Kansas. Don't miss the return of former heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz as he takes on rugged veteran Chris Arreola, plus a stacked card of Mexican firepower. It all goes down tonight, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
What's your favorite kind of boxing?
This kind.
That kind right there?
That boxer pup, look at her. Ears blowing in the wind.
Just watching a little racing.
It is beautiful.
Back at the racetrack.
Perfect day. Camping out with your dog. Love it. Let's get an update from Kate.
Well, that is a great picture to lead into Corey Heim. Shannon Rush just said, we got the lucky dog. We're actually going to be back on the lead lap. He said they did end up refuting that, but it didn't matter. Now that they're back on the lead lap, it was actually quite an advantage for them for that yellow. They went in. Corey said it was still on edge. It's still free, so Shannon said he will do what he could to tighten it up. They topped off the fuel. A wrench went in both sides of that rear window, and now, as you see, he is the last car on that lead lap.
And Corey Heim in 7th. Thank you, Kate, for that. See, there was something there, and I missed it. Go from the dog, the boxer dog, to the lucky dog. It all worked out.
We had several cars come down pit road. Several of our lead lap cars come down pit road to make adjustments. Nobody put tires on, but everybody made some adjustments.
Let's listen to Drew Dollar.
Ready. Green. 46 to 1 in the mirror. Still half back 46 to 1 back 46. Still lap 46, your lane. Outside 18, on in, tight, tight outside 46. Outside. He's on in, door. Come up, 21. Come up, box 21. Your lane, 46 underneath it. Clear all the way.
Drew Dollar did not give up. He was loose all over the place inside the 18. I think he finally had enough, though, coming out of turn 4.
Yeah, Matt, the closer that car on the outside gets to you, the looser you get, right?
Yeah, Ty was not giving him any room, and then that 30-mile-an-hour gust of wind getting in turn 3 wasn't on his side as well. So he did give it a very, very good shot, and it would have been interesting to see if he'd got him cleared.
Let's look again at what happened. Tight, tight, tight. Is that what his spotter was saying?
I love the spotter telling him that, too. He's tight on you, tight on you. That means to be aware, be ready for that car to get loose.
Yeah, because it pulls all the air off the side of your car or your truck. And at that point, it's like a vacuum cleaner, and it just literally starts sucking you around, sucking you around. My spotter tells me the same thing. They're tight on you, you're tight on you. Yeah, I know they are, because they're sucking me sideways right now. I can feel that.
I'm looking out the side window as I'm going down the racetrack.
Yes. Yeah, you don't even need to see him. You can feel the vehicle getting sucked around.
All of those adjustments in the 20, Corey Heim, seem to be paying off as he drops to the inside. Tries to drop to the inside of the 46 at Thad Moffitt, who's in 4th.
Corey's made a nice comeback here since this restart, already up to the 5th spot. Has some good speed.
Time we were here, it wasn't very eventful for Corey Heim. He led 82 laps, got the win, just making things a little more exciting for him today.
He is. He's going to have a tough time chasing down that 18 car of Ty Gibbs, who's been the dominant car, obviously, this entire race. Drew Dollar's been awfully solid as well. Drew Dollar's really had the second best car. Consequently, he's running in the 2nd spot. But let's see if Corey Heim can do anything with Thad Moffitt here. We're going to try to get up to the top 3.
Listen to Drew Dollar and what they're telling him.
What do we do? Come on now. I'm out. The best shot at it. We should have just wrecked that shit. No, we haven't been able to run in second. I mean, like, come on, man. We ain't got points to worry about. That's still us.
They are fired up on that radio. We got some beeps in there. What they're telling them, we're not going for this championship. It's not like last year. You could lean on him. You could push him because we're here for the win.
And Ty Gibbs was not doing anything wrong. I mean, he was trying to slow down that 15 car by being tight on his door like that, trying to get him out of the throttle, and it worked for him. And now he's opened up almost a second half lead.
And that's what it's all about, is just using the air and understanding when you do get down there. And there's a lot of times I'm side by side with somebody like that, and you watch them and you start to see them get free, and then you get away from them, let them catch it, because at that point when they have to catch it, they have to back at the throttle, and you drive back by them. So I'm sure Ty was watching the right front tire of Drew Dollar and seeing if he was starting to get loose, so he could give him some room and then drive back around him like he did.
A veteran move from that 18-year-old.
Yes, he's done a very good job today.
He's very heads up, very aware. He's aggressive at the right times. Thad Moffitt, though, spotter Kevin Hamlin keeping him abreast of exactly where that 20 car is.
Yeah, Thad's done a really nice job today. He's made his car better, it appears. Right now running in the 4th spot. If he can hold off Corey Heim. Corey's got a good, fast car, though. He's not been able to make his way around Thad yet with 23 laps to go.
I'm making up a whole lot of ground there. Ty Gibbs, meanwhile, continues to lead 77 laps. He's led all of them so far. The last time that happened, Phil, Kevin Swindell at Chicagoland in July 2012 was the last time an ARCA driver led every lap of a race. Ty Gibbs was 9. 9 years old. I think this young man right here is going to set a lot of records in this series, in any series that he races in.
Corey Heim finally made his way to the outside of Thad Moffitt. Let's see if he can pull the pass off. Thad out of the throttle.
Settling here, everything's good.
Yeah, Corey's going to grab that 4th spot.
See, if you just watch that, he wasn't even close to him, Phil. and he gave him a car length in between them. And just that wind going on the back straightaway and killing that little bit of side force that he stole from him going by him on the outside. And you see that how free he got getting into turn 3.
Sure did.
Trying to drop to the bottom to pass him. You tried 4 times. It doesn't work. Go to the outside. Well, guys, we've been talking about the Reese's sweetest move of the race. Here's our nominees. First up, Brett Holmes, lap number 1. Day is done early after a hard hit.
Greg Van Alst does a great job. That black car right there getting by.
Greg Van Alst, great save there. That's one of our moves. Second one right here. The 18 of Ty Gibbs stays in and gets around the 15 of Drew Dollar.
It was a nice move, sweet move by Drew Dollar to save that car that got loose too as Ty Gibbs was driving around him.
So we need to hear from you. Guys, be sure to do that at 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you're on Twitter, and if you're a race fan, you probably are on Twitter. Tell us what you think was the sweetest move of the race, thanks to Reese's. Look at the speed difference right there of the 18 of Ty Gibbs.
Grabs a couple lap cars on one corner.
So confident. He can put that car anywhere.
I've been watching the monitor, scoring monitor. Drew Dollar is once he got to about a second half behind, he's maintained fairly good lap times, probably within a 1/10 of a second most of the time. But Jack Wood is doing a nice job there in the 3rd spot.
He absolutely is, and this is his debut on a 1.5 miles. They had that last pit stop had 4 tires and fuel. He said he's a 7 out of 10 in the tight department all the way around through the corner. Now, this is a big learning curve for Jack Wood this year as he's with GMS Racing, and he actually came from Velocity Racing, one of his family's teams here last year. He said one thing that taught him working with his family that he appreciates now is the time away from the track that these guys are from their families and the effort it takes to get these cars out on the track racing. So he said he ultimately is enjoying his experience with GMS, but he really appreciates what these guys do day to day to make fast race cars.
And Jack Wood he's working out with Josh Wise. He gets to work out with Kyle Larson and all of them. And he said because of that relationship, he can call Kyle Larson and pick his brain about a track like this that he goes to for the first time.
And that is invaluable for sure.
Okay, we have one more, a bonus Reese's sweet move of the race. So we showed you a couple. Here's our 3rd and final right here.
Moved through traffic. He was putting Greg Van Alst a lap down. Greg pinned him in behind the lap car a few laps before this. He said, not this time. I'm going to go all the way below the white line here to make this pass.
That was pretty sweet. I said it looked like a video game move. And he's still racing. He's not just passing, guys. He's actually still racing somebody who's on the outside.
I think you had a Reese cup in honor of that move.
I think I did.
And you guys finally sent me some Reese's cups down here. They put me in the booth with no air conditioner, with no Reese's. Finally, they felt sorry for me and sent me some Reese's down.
It's rookie hazing, okay? That's what we do in television, Matt. So welcome. I hope you're enjoying it.
Yes, I am.
It's really good to have you, Matt. But I'm curious, too, from your perspective, you're racing tonight. Is there anything that you're watching or that you could pick up on that kind of will help you for tonight?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, one of the biggest things I've learned, and hopefully every one of these truck guys are watching it, is just turn 3 with that wind and how treacherous it's going to be when we're going side by side in turn 3 every lap, and especially lap 1.
Nice battle for 5th here. Thad Moffitt, the most little sideways, most colorful paint scheme out there. 25, Derek Griffith trying to pass him for that top 5.
Yeah, Corey Heim was able to get by Thad Moffitt a few laps ago. Derek Griffith now going to try to do the same thing. Corey Heim has chased Jack Wood down. Now he's certainly within shouting distance of Jack Wood for the 3rd spot. I think Thad's fighting a bit of a loose condition right now as well.
A little?
or maybe a lot.
Yeah, I think he'd be a lot.
There's that left side.
Corey Heim on the move, trying to get around the 21 of Jack Wood. That would be for a 3rd position. 13 laps to go in the ARCA Menards series here at Kansas Speedway. Things are heating up, gentlemen.
Corey Heim trying to grab a podium position. Derek Griffith trying to grab a top 5 spot. Look at Griffith on the inside now with Thad Moffitt down in the corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to drive by that guy on the outside, how loose he was. I mean, that's the better place to be, on the bottom, to try to drive by him.
Corey Heim made the pass on the 46 on the outside because he just couldn't make that bottom line work for him. Derek Griffith trying to do the same thing. And it looks like it's going to stick this time. Derek Griffith.
All clear.
Good job by Derek Griffith moving up into the top 5.
A Ford onboard camera there. Ford Performance for Thad Moffitt. Corey Heim going to the inside. Jack Wood.
Jack fights back on the outside, dead even as they enter turn 1. Jack's going to have a good angle down in the corner here.
So many yellow bumpers, which indicates, of course, that they are a rookie, and there's 14 of them in the field here.
And as you mentioned, almost half this field had never been to Kansas Speedway before.
Had some really good battles today. Car handling has been somewhat of an issue, which makes it better. The comers and goers.
The hotter and slicker it gets.
Then you throw the wind in for the element.
Exactly. 30-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, maybe even sustained 30 miles an hour getting in turn 3.
It's made it interesting to watch, but I'm not really looking forward to it later on turn 3. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You feel like a superhero with that push off of turn 2 from the wind, and then you come around turn 4, and it's in your face. He got him. 20 of Corey Heim. He will make it stick. He takes over the 3rd spot from Jack Wood.
He used that lap car of Justin Carroll, the 91, to pin Jack Wood up on the top side. He was able to make the pass, move Corey Heim up into 3rd, which would be his worst finish of the year, by the way, if he finished 3rd.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
Talk about consistency. And they overcame things today. They weren't happy with the car early on. Made a lot of adjustments, went a lap down. Able to come back and turn up the wick when it mattered most. 9 laps to go here. Our Bounty rookie spotlight earlier, Kyle Sieg, he's back in 8th. He's 1 lap down. He's in that lucky dog position. But Phil, he was the guy we talked about. His worst finish this year has been 8th, and that's where he's running right now.
Yeah, doing a solid job here. Again, hopefully headed to another top 10 before top 10s in a row for that young man.
Yeah, and one of the things I did notice a little while ago on Corey Heim's car, he's been complaining of being free, and you look at the left front headlight and the hood being lifted up right there, that's going to change the aerodynamic balance of this thing. So it might be pinning the left front a lot and making him freer than he was at the beginning of the race. So that's definitely a disadvantage for him right now.
The crew chief says, I did all I could for what you were dealing with before, but then you get the damage. I can't help you now. Ty Gibbs, the 18-year-old, continues to lead here. 93 laps so far.
Really done a nice job. Obviously, we know now. We've seen him in the Xfinity Series and what he's been able to do. Certainly an accomplished driver, but he uses his head. I mean, he's got some situations here. He's given some guys some room when they need it. He's held some guys down, pulled down on their side to get them a little bit loose so he didn't have to battle them for long. He really is a student of the game.
Yeah, he's went all the way below the white line to pass him and just showed where he can make it go.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention today is the anniversary of Ayrton Senna's death 27 years ago. Ty Gibbs took a moment earlier to acknowledge him, sent out a tweet. Somebody he looks up to now.
Yeah, I don't know that any of us in the racing industry weren't fans of Ayrton Senna. Looks like Coach up there on top of possibly the hauler watching grandson.
Coach Gibbs, he was right there at the medical center last week after his grandson had that hard hit, and they had a little chat, talked about where they were going to play golf and forget about this race, and now they come back and have just absolutely dominated today.
Look, that might be the pit box. Coach might be in the pit box, around the pit box for Ty's team.
The emotional connection. Coach deals with a lot of athletes, a lot of different personalities, but to have your grandson, your blood out there to watch what he's been able to do has got to be so special. I can't even imagine that feeling.
I ran into Coach Gibbs at the golf course the other day, and he had 3 of his other grandsons with him playing golf.
They're not into racing. Just Ty got bit by the bug.
Thank goodness. It's a lot cheaper that way.
Yeah, more football for those boys.
Yes. By the way, Ty Gibbs will be back in the Xfinity Series next week at Darlington. Now we'll see where he's capable of as he continues to work lap traffic. That was Tony Breitinger that we're on board with right now in the O2.
Wouldn't surprise me to see Ty Gibbs battling for the win at Darlington. Would not surprise me.
After what I saw at the Daytona Road Course, I don't think anything will surprise me with him. He was doing things no other driver would do. But every other driver said if he had been in the series, he would know better, but he didn't know better, and he made it work.
You don't know what you don't know.
All right, 2 to go. Ty Gibbs here with a 5-second lead over Drew Dollar. And Drew, I mean, he was no slouch today. That 15, really good.
Yeah, just shows
really
how dominant that 18 car was today against solid. This is one of the best races I've seen Drew Dollar run. We know he won Talladega last year, but this is probably one of the best races on an intermediate track that I've seen Drew run.
He had so much confidence coming in. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go.
Ty's just hoping no cautions now. Let's stay green.
Ty Gibbs, Drew Dollar, Corey Heim, Jack Wood, Derek Griffith round out the top 5 here on the last lap. It has been a perfect day for 18-year-old Ty Gibbs. Led every single lap, and he wins at Kansas Speedway.
Work, Ty. Nice work, Mark. All y'all down there. Really good race car.
Thank you, guys. That's for Senna 27 years ago.
That was a nice tribute to Aaron Senna that Ty Gibbs just said.
Dedicated his win to Ayrton Senna. So aware, so accomplished at 18 years old. Drove a perfect race today. Second win of the season for Ty Gibbs, one earlier in the year at Phoenix.
Win number 10 in his young career.
Watch him burn it down here. He's got this nailed down too.
The tires.
Burnt it down. That is a thing of beauty right there. The fans love it. You hear them all applauding.
And somewhere in that smoke is Ty.
The fans love it, but the crew guys, they have to build them sometimes. Like, oh man, I got to build on a crush pedals for that thing. But they're all right with it because they're in victory lane here in a little bit.
May have put permanent marks in the track there. He'll hop out. Amazing camera guy, Jake, who always gets the perfect shot.
Pointing up at Ayrton Senna and the good Lord.
He'll run up and get that checkered flag. So many things to unhook. See that face. Kate Osborne is down there with our winner, Ty Gibbs.
There's a whole lot of smiles, a lot of tire smoke around here, and you're right, in the midst of that, we found Ty Gibbs. Ty, you are the first winner in 6 years to start green to checkered, lead the whole race. You dominated today. What would you say the secret was for you and the team?
Yeah, you know, it was a really great day. The first thing I want to say is 27 years since we lost I feel like the best ever Ayrton Senna, and you know, this was for him and all his fans and everybody. You know, this really means a lot to me, and I want to say that man above, you know, I really feel like I've changed my life in the last couple weeks, and I'm really focused on what's right and not what's wrong. So I just really can't thank him enough, and you know, the father is, I can't thank him enough, the man above. He does so much for me, and you know, does so much for all of us. So I just want to say that first of all, and I want to say thank you to Monster Energy, Joe Gibbs Racing, my race team. You know, I can't thank everybody else back at the shop working working so hard. And, you know, it's awesome to have fans here. Yeah, it's really great. So I want to say thank you to all of them, and I hope you guys had a great job watching. Yeah, I had a really fun time in there, and I can't wait for more.
You say you're changing your life around here, especially these last few weeks. How are we seeing that as a driver in Ty Gibbs?
You know, there's I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. This is my private life, and I'm gonna keep it rolling. I just can't thank everybody enough.
Yeah, you can see that smile. He's awfully proud of he and that team. Congratulations to everyone. There's gonna be some celebrating tonight, Jamie.
Absolutely. That young man has a lot to celebrate, a lot to be proud of. Can't wait to see his family and wrap his arms around Coach Gibbs, his grandfather. We'll hear from some other drivers. Wrap it up here from Kansas after this.
Kevin Burkhardt here in Los Angeles with my guys, the Hall of Famer, Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, D-Train, Dontrell Willis. Coming up after racing, we got some baseball for you on FS1. It's the White Sox and the Indians, an AL Central battle. Look forward to that. For now, back to the race with Jamie Little.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Well, we just wrapped up things here at Kansas Speedway. Let's look at our Dutch Boy 150 final results.
Ty Gibbs, 10th career win. Drew Dollar, nice runner-up finish. How about Jack Wood, his best career finish, obviously, and his 4th start here in ARCA Menards Series with 4th, and Derek Griffith with a top 5.
Matt Crafton is a Toyota man, but Toyota has won the last 5 races, including all 4 in 2021. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Toyota, right?
They've won a bunch of truck races, too, haven't they, man?
Yeah, I think we have won them all.
Look at that, just on the other side of the freeway, a Menards store that you could go shopping at. I'm sure it's beautiful, one of the newer ones, because everything around this track is new. Well, let's hear from our 2nd place finisher, Drew Dollar. He's with Kate.
Tying his best finish of the season so far. The booth was actually saying, Drew, they thought that was maybe the best we've seen you out there running. How much would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. I think the Sunbelt Camry was probably the best I've ever had at a mile and a half. So, unfortunately, not enough to get to 18. He was pretty tough, but we did a good job at using our tools all day. I was working the tools inside the car, and team did a great job at making adjustments on it. Just weren't quite good enough.
A lot of swings there today. What did Ty actually have on you?
Yeah, I think, he fired off pretty good. Was able to get out front in a few laps, a pretty good gap. I feel like we were able to gain on him 7 to 10 laps into a run, and then long run, once we started to get into traffic and everything, we would just go tight, and I think his car looked like it continued to turn. But like I said, Sunbelt Reynolds Camry was really good today, and we'll see. I think we'll hopefully get a few of these this year.
All right, good running out there, Drew. We're definitely seeing that confidence build in him as a person and a driver, right, Jamie?
Yes, you can, and you could see those eyes smiling. He's always smiling underneath that mask. And how about this? This is the only issue that the 18 had all day. He blew everything off the rear end of this race car, and they're having to jack it up and put some new tires on so they could push it into victory lane. That was a burnout for the ages. Well, plenty more racing action coming in ARCA Menards Series. Next up, Toledo, May 22nd, and we will be back on FS1 from Charlotte. That will be a busy weekend. We have all 4 series for you in the Fox family, so we'll cover it all. Well, it's been fun today. There's a lot to take away. I mean, besides the fact that Ty Gibbs was perfect today, led every single lap. What else did you take from this race?
Well, I think we talked about the beginning of the year. It's going to be a Corey Heim and Ty Gibbs battle for the championship, certainly. And now we've had 4 races, and they've each won 2. But we saw a great run out of Drew Dollar, even though he's not going to run all the races. But we saw some good young drivers, like the 21 car, getting a best career finish, Jack Wood. So.
Yeah, he did a great job. And Corey Heim, we talk about him as worst finish of the year, 3rd. Matt, what was your takeaway from your first time up here in the booth with us?
Oh, I mean, you guys did a great job. I mean, I might be able to put a rookie stripe off very soon. Corey Heim did a good job. I mean, he was a little fired up at the beginning whenever his car wasn't handling. They kept working on things, got that thing back to him. And I want to thank all these Menards ARCA guys getting it done quick. So now I can go across the street and go shop at Menards.
Well, you got a little time to kill here before your race coming up tonight, right? You may as well.
Yeah, I think I got time for sure.
Well, we talked a lot about Corey Heim today. He's now standing by with Kate.
Yeah, a lot of adversity for you, Corey Heim, or at least that's how we would talk about it. How would you describe the day at Kansas Speedway?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. Just adversity. We fired off way too loose and tried a couple things in the right front and just didn't really work too well. But other than that, we had that penalty. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome of the race too much, but yeah, just lacked a little bit on speed and balance today. But Menards Motorsports and I are going to get better as a team and make this JPL Camry better throughout the year.
All right, we wish you the best of luck in that. I mean, third place, Jamie, not so bad of the worst place of the season, huh?
Absolutely. You can hear in every one of those interviews the wind through the microphone there. So that's something that drivers will have to contend with tonight. So good luck with that, Matt.
Thank you. Yeah, that's going to be a handful without a doubt. Yeah, going to turn 3 with that 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Well, of course, the Truck Series action coming up right here on FS1 tonight. Coverage starts at 6:30. There it is. Look at that. Can't miss your beautiful Menards truck, the 88.
Yes, hopefully they get it through tech soon so we can get this race started here in a little while.
I'm sure your crew chief has been watching and critiquing your job on the air today.
Oh, I guaranteed. Yeah.
Tomorrow from Kansas, we'll have everything covered for you here from the Bushy McBush race. Such a funny name. I love it. Something new. So we'll have it all covered for you. The Cup Series race tomorrow. It's all about more racing action, whether you're, a little toddler or you're in the big leagues. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching us today. Later tonight, we will see you right here on FS1. For Kate Osborne, Phil Parsons, Matt Crafton, and everybody at FS1, I'm Jamie Little. So long from Kansas.